Healthinistas, and welcome to my channel, 50 something. This channel is for the overall well-being of people 50 and older. But don't worry, if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s, you can still apply the content. Last week, I challenged you to a 2-week health challenge. And so this week, I want to help you with some examples of foods that you can eat to replace that processed food and all that soda and junk food. So join me as I show you how to prepare better options. An alternative to the unhealthy breakfast that you might get at a fast food restaurant, like a breakfast burrito, would be to make a smoothie. And this morning I made a smoothie. Get about half a cup or a little bit more of raspberries, half a cup or a little bit more of blueberries, a cup of spinach, a whole banana that's been sliced, and a tablespoon of almond butter, and a cup or a little bit more of almond milk. So what I do is I go ahead and I put everything in my NutriBullet cup, the larger of the two, because NutriBullet comes with 2 cups. Now what I find is that I have to let it grind for quite some time to get all the seeds to be finely ground. So, and I was told that maybe a Vitamix would probably be a good option, and I have not invested in a Vitamix yet. So I try to let my NutriBullet go longer. And because of that, I keep my fruit frozen. When I get them, I wash them and then I keep them frozen, because not only does it keep my fruit longer, it also helps to keep my smoothie cool, because as you're grinding it longer or pureeing it longer, it tends to transfer some of that heat from the motor. And so when it's frozen and it's cold, it's excellent. It keeps my smoothie still cold. So after I've put in all of my ingredients, and I don't forget my almond butter, and then I pour in my almond milk, and then I attach the base and get it blended. And the product that I get after I've blended it is my smoothie. And it is delicious, it's filling, it's refreshing, and you won't have that stuffed feeling. It's full of vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, and more importantly, it has the monounsaturated fat, and it also is high in antioxidants, which is a good disease fighting chemical for your body. So bon appetit. Okay, so we had a pretty good healthy breakfast, but I'm not going to leave you hanging for lunch. What about some healthy choices for lunch? Well, we're going to have a chicken salad sandwich. And in order to make that, I'm going to include the recipe for the original chicken salad sandwich with Greek yogurt in the description. I don't have all the ingredients, and I'm using my own ingredients, and you can substitute any way you want. But the original recipe has dried cranberries, which I love, but I don't have any at the moment, and it also has grapes in it. But in my version, I have about a breast of chicken, which I boiled. I didn't do the rotisserie chicken. So I boiled a chicken breast, and then I've sliced it up or pulled it apart. And then to that, to the breast, I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of green onions that I have at home. and also about another teaspoon of red onions, which red onions are very powerful. So if you use them in food, make sure that you're not using a whole lot, because you only need a little bit to give you flavor. And then also I have about maybe 3 teaspoons of diced apples, and I put that in there. And then I have a heaping tablespoon of Greek non-fat yogurt, and then I'm gonna mix them all together. Now, instead of mayonnaise or salad dressing, by using Greek yogurt, you have cut out all the fats. That's not good. You don't have the saturated fat, you don't have the trans fats, you have 0 fat. But you've also gained some calcium a little bit, and you've definitely gained some protein, which Greek yogurt is high in protein. But you also have your protein in the chicken breast. Then once you've mixed it, you want to put a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. You can put some garlic pepper if you want, and I like to grind my salt and pepper. I'm using sea salt and some fresh black pepper, and so just enough to taste, and blend it. And you can add a little bit more Greek yogurt if you want, but I don't believe it's necessary. Now, if you want to forego more carbs, you can just put this between lettuce and put tomatoes, and that's it. But if still having the carbs are okay with you, then you can put this between any 2 slices of bread. Now, this one is wheat bread. I usually use a multi-grain bread, but whenever people in my family go grocery shopping, they just buy different things. So anyway, you put that in between, you pile that on your sandwich, and see you have enough to make a sandwich for someone else. And then put your lettuce. And the lettuce of my choice is always romaine. I do not like iceberg lettuce because the nutritional value of iceberg lettuce is so low that it's worthless to eat iceberg lettuce. So I always choose romaine lettuce, and then you'll see at times I'll add some spinach or kale, which is so rich in vitamin K. But iceberg lettuce, take that off your list. And then you're ready for a nutritious lunch, ready to eat. Bon appetit! Okay, so now we've had a healthy breakfast, healthy choice for lunch, and now what about dinner? Well, for dinner, I'm having fish. And the fish of my choice tonight is swai, which is S-W-A-I. And I could have grilled it, which would have been fine, or broiled it, but I chose to fry it. And I can still fry my foods. I just need to make sure that I'm not loading it up with a lot of salt or a lot of anything that's high in cholesterol or saturated fats or trans fats. So I do make for this particular meal, I made my own batter for the fish so that I can control the amount of salt that's in it. There are some fish fries that you can get out there, but some of them you can get that are no sodium or low sodium, and then some of them are extremely high in sodium. So be careful. If you want control of what you're eating for this challenge, make your own batter and dip your fish in there, or better yet, just broil your fish. But I wanted to taste fried fish, so that's what I did. And then I have a healthy portion of my salad, which I'm topping off with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is good for putting in your foods. Not so great if you're going to be cooking necessarily. It's not too bad. I mean, the smoke point is still about 320 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's okay to saute with it. It's okay to put it in your foods. I just wouldn't deep fry with extra virgin. But anyway, so I have that, And then for vegetables, I have corn and okra. And some people don't like okra because it is kind of slimy, but I love it. I grew up on it, and it's a good source of fiber. It's got a little bit of fiber in there, so that would be, this combination would be a good choice for dinner. Substitute it any way you want, but don't eat processed foods. Bon appetit! Subscribe for future videos. And remember, doing something is better than nothing.